Welcome to Revival, the show that sets out to recreate life in the past. With stories and challenges that reveal new insights into each era, this is hands-on history as you've never seen it before. Today Revival's going back to school to learn what it was like to be the real legendary hero, the knight in shining armour. It's a colourful storybook world of honour and power, glamour and romance. The kind of stuff that as a kid I used to dream about. For one weekend every year, 2,000 reenactors and over 20,000 visitors come here to England's medieval festival at Hurstmonceux Castle in Sussex to see the spectacle of jousting and swordplay. Over 500 years ago, the cream of medieval society showed off its wealth and demonstrated its strength at tournaments just like this. This might all look good fun, but underneath the chivalry and the pageantry there was, of course, a far darker reality. These guys might have been sportsmen, the Bothams and Beckhams of their day, but at the end of the day they were all warriors and they'd learnt their craft on the battlefield, and the arena could be no less dangerous a place. But the knights at Hurstmonceux aren't just playing at jousting, this is for real. Just as it would have been 600 years ago. And these boys take it very seriously. One man who knows everything about jousting is Rupert Hamilton Fraser, a member of a medieval group of horsemen for 15 years. Rupert, what's the significance of an event like this?
It has many significances. It's a way of gathering all of the reenactors and living historians that we have together in one place, and allowing the public to mingle with them and learn from them.
Because it is the biggest of its kind, isn't it?
It's the biggest and the most fun.
And is the competition today as kind of tough as it was, 600 years ago?
Yes, because when you stick men in armour and put them on horseback, testosterone goes through the roof and everybody is a jousting god.
From a distance, it all looks phenomenally complicated, but how simple are the rules?
Oh, it's really quite simple. You have two gentlemen in armour with lances, one at either end, a list or tilt rail that divides them to stop head-on collisions, because that's quite messy. They then have 15-foot lances with a coronal three-pointed on the end, and they try and engage that on the armour. And you're really trying to score points rather than unhorse your opponent, certainly in the 15th century.
So contact is enough to score points?
Oh yes, as long as you break your lance.
Right.
You've actually got to snap it away for more than a foot. And you get different points according to where you hit on the body.
But technically that's it, you have to snap more than a foot off the end of it.
To get a full break.
So if you just knock the end off, that's not good enough?
That's called an attaint, and
Right.
that's a lesser point, but in the case of a tie, it may be called upon. It's like a game shows.
But what are they competing for? What can they hope to win?
Some joust for honour, some joust for their ego, some joust for the money,
Yeah.
and some joust for the ladies.
Is it?
It's
And
up
you?
to, I joust for a little of everything.
The tournament was a feature of English society from 11 to 1400. What began as rough and ready displays of battlefield combat gradually became more refined and sporting. Strict rules were put in place to stop the passions of fighting from spilling over into a free-for-all. To the medieval man in the street, it was the football match of its day. One man who knows just how tough it can be is Will West.
Will? Hello, Jules.
You took a fair knocking there, didn't you?
I did take a good knocking, yeah. One to the head as well.
Yeah, that would look quite nasty up under your chin.
Yes, it was quite a clonk, but the armour prevented any serious injury, and yes, it does occasionally happen.
Because you are unusual in the fact that not only are you a fantastic horseman and jouster, clearly, but you're also a manufacturer of the most beautiful looking armour.
Oh, thank you very much. I think it's in my best interest to make the best armour possible, as you can see. But yes, that's something I've found myself doing. Yeah, to make replica armour, I try very hard to create proper functioning replica armour. Yeah.
And is it absolutely right?
It's as right as I can make it. Researching materials and the way it's constructed, examining pieces in museums. It's as close as I can manage to get it at the moment. Yes.
And just getting it on. I mean, you've got your squire here helping you out.
That's right.
To
yes.
take it off. I mean, it's a major operation, isn't it?
It is a major operation. You can't dress yourself, for that matter. You can't undress yourself, as you can see. A lot of people think the weight is the factor, but at 4.5 stone, this armour doesn't weigh a lot. A modern soldier carries twice that amount on just 2 straps on his shoulder. This is distributed evenly, so I'm actually lighter running around in this with my weapon than a modern soldier.
Now, what's the truth in that rumour that when knights fell off horses, they couldn't get up again?
Well, as I can testify, it is in actual fact a complete fallacy. It's a Hollywood thing. Knights didn't need to be winched onto their horses. If you can't mount your horse in the field safely, then you shouldn't be wearing your armour.
But apart from the function of actually protecting you, I mean, it is very, very beautiful and ornate, isn't it? I mean, is that all part of what the tournament was doing?
All the armour would be in the highest fashion.
The feet are amazing.
They're incredible, aren't they? You see how the articulations work.
That is going to
And
do
I can
some
run in
serious
these
damage,
shoes. There's no difficulty, despite the fact they're pointed, I can still run in them.
You can run in them?
I can indeed, yes.
There is another very famous myth, isn't there, about knights who can't take a pee.
Ah, yes, well, that's another myth, fortunately, but you do need a squire, a friend who knows you very well to help. No, you don't. He's not that good a friend.
Is that above and beyond the Call of Duty, probably? Well above.
Well above the Call.
But jousting was just a small part of what a knight had to do at tournaments. Like the Roman games in their day, it helped to have good skills on display, but it was also about showing your power, prestige, and status. It's perfectly clear that there's a lot more to the medieval tournament than meets the eye. So if I'm going to get myself into the middle of one, I'm going to have to go right back to the beginning. I'm going to have to go to knight school. And here's where I'm going to do it. This is Restormal Castle in Lostwithiel in Cornwall. Now just a shadow of its former self, it was once a powerful medieval fortress belonging to the Black Prince's father, Edward III. 650 years ago, Edward would have hosted grand events here. But today it's the turn of the Plantagenet medieval society to bring the pageantry, the people and the combat of tournament back to life. The group's organiser is Phil Pembridge, and I asked him why they chose the foot combat side of the tournament.
The tournament was used as practice for war. It's most important to be practice in the arts of warfare and one-on-one combat. However, it was also used to try and settle disputes. I mean, there's the famous instance of the Combat de Trente in France, where 30 French knights fought 30 English knights to try and settle one of the disputes during the 100 Years' War. It didn't quite work because the English didn't win the Combat de Trente and the hostilities carried on.
Now, clearly, I've got a lot to learn before I start mixing it with your knights, haven't I?
Oh, very much indeed. We have a very short period of time to show you all of this, and what we really need to do is to introduce you to Alan Knowles to teach you some of the rudiments so that you might survive the day, because we use real weapons and we really hit each other.
Yeah.
Some of the accidents we have are real, and we're always looking for new recruits, so you're our new recruit for the day.
Well done.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you very much. Squire? Alan, that looks absolutely terrifying.
Yes, it can be.
I'm pretty exhausting.
Very much so, yes. Physical demand on your body, because you're concentrating all the time, moving your body. Simple things like breathing, sometimes you can forget to do.
Now I'm yours for the rest of the day. How do I get to be a knight?
Well, that's the trick, isn't it? Lots of hard work, lots of practice, and we'll show you a few sneaky tricks as well, just to go with it.
It's a fearsome array of stuff, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've got things like the flail. Basically, it's this derived from an agricultural weapon, a flail for beating wheat, and all they did was put steel balls on it with spikes.
It's pretty vindictive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, if you got hit in the leg, it'd rip chunks out of your leg. So if you can't move your leg, you know, you're dead.
But there's all sorts of other stuff here. I mean, it's a real kind of torture cabinet, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, that looks terrifying.
The mace. This is what I would call an ecclesiastical weapon. The scriptures state that you can't draw blood, and being a priest, because priests would fight during the Middle Ages, they would use a weapon that wouldn't draw blood. This just merely crushes your skull instead, breaks your bones, and does the same amount of damage as any sword would.
So it's a kind of anything goes, isn't it?
Absolutely.
On the battlefield,
Yeah.
absolutely anything goes.
If you can throw your opponent to the floor and he's unable to fight, he's very unlikely to fight from the ground, you can stab him.
But where am I going to start with all this stuff? I mean, I've got, as we said, just a few hours to get into this melee and actually try and hold my own, which I probably won't do. But what are we going to get into?
But first of all, I thought we'd sort of see if you'd like to try this out for size.
That looks fantastic. Can I?
You can certainly hold. That's a great sword.
This is the stuff of Arthur, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And in fact, what we're going to do now is we're going to start your training right now.
Okay, go on.
Right, arms over your head like this.
What, with a sword?
With a sword. And run around the castle. Now, go! Get on with it! Get on.
God, it's like being back in the army. And these guys do it for fun. Take it from me, there is nothing make-believe about what these guys are doing, and from what Phil has told me, I think it's going to hurt. So come back after the break when I'll be being put through my paces by Plantagenet's top swordsman to take my place in the most dangerous part of the tournament, the melee. Or to you and me, a medieval free-for-all. Welcome back to Revival, where this week we're at Restormel Castle in Cornwall. Today I've come to Revival's very own night school to find out what it takes to fight and survive a real medieval tournament. We're all familiar with the Hollywood image of the knight in shining armour, but today Revival goes behind the myths with the Plantagenet Medieval Society. These guys specialise in the foot combat of the early tournaments. And with their help, I'm stepping into the medieval world of chivalry and pageantry, and the tough reality of battlefield swordplay. Top swordsman and knight Alan Knowles has got me kitted up so that he feels comfortable about swinging a sword at me as I get a masterclass in medieval swordplay.
Okay, Jules, first things first, you're going to need to take that jacket off because you're going to get very hot. What we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the basic sword strokes. The primary goal of it really is to kill your opponent, because if he's dead, he can't hurt you. Okay, when you hold the sword, you hold it pretty much like this. Place your left leg forwards in the direction of me. Put your hands like this, low down, and the point needs to be up. It means that all my attacks are going to come in this side because you've closed down this side. So then we can move it up to a high ward, which is here. It's pointed towards my throat. This is the killing area. The next thing is the open ward. So you can start here, you can bring the hands forwards like this, and then move your foot through and cut here.
I'm coming forward.
Forwards, that's it.
And down.
Down here, because this is where you want to cut. Just cut all the way through. That's it.
So it's that.
And over the top, that's it, good.
That.
Well done. Now the next move we're going to do is the uppercut. Just drop the sword backwards, like this. It's still in a diagonal, and you bring it up here. Now, if you look, this is where we end up in a high ward.
So it's sword back,
Indeed.
through.
That's the one. Thrust straight into the throat, and I'm dead. Now you need to be able to defend yourself. Okay, so what I want you to do now is to cut at me. Okay? I'll meet it with the flat of the blade. I can now twist the quillons, and I can place it on point.
And I'm dead.
And you are dead. That's it. Control it. That's it. Good. Just once more. Just so you get. Good. Much better.
Shorter
Yeah,
step.
much more balanced. Much better. Good. Drop it down. And that's it. And thrust. That's the killing shot. Okay, so if you attack me...
Anything goes?
Yeah, anything goes.
God, that's an arm gone, isn't it?
That's it, nearly there. Take it down, hit. Don't worry about where my blade is, worry about me. That's the one, excellent. Good.
You got me.
Well done.
But there's more to being a knight than learning how to use a sword. And squires like Ashley Bannister start their training from as young as 12. Hi, lads.
Yeah, right.
Now, Alan has just been putting me through my squirely duties back in the castle there, and it is really hard work, isn't it?
Horrible.
Horrible. What are you doing?
Hessian vinegar sand on the helm, shine it up.
Well, do you want a hand?
Yep, any do.
What's this? So it's a bit of that,
Bit of Hessian,
just a bit of old sack.
and it's been soaked in vinegar
Right.
with a bit of sand on it.
Right, okay.
Yes, it doesn't smell nice, and you'll have to wash your hands afterwards. Yes.
So how I feel a little bit old sitting amongst you guys. Am I too old to be a squire?
No, squires could be any age really. Obviously, you wouldn't have a squire under 14. You'd have a page.
So it's page, squire, knight in that order.
Yeah.
So when are you going to become a knight then?
Well, if I carry on my training and I train hard and I pass basically the sort of test, I'll eventually be knighted at about 21.
21, that's a long time to wait, isn't it?
No, not really. The amount of training you have to do, you have to learn joust, foot combat, all the weapons, and it just takes so long. It takes everything. You have to learn how to dance, how to be polite in different manners.
But it is all just a bit of a grind, isn't it? I mean, what about the fun of sword play and all that stuff? Don't you get frustrated that you want to just get into it?
Well, you do, but you have to remember, we don't get to use the swords the knights do. Our swords are heavy, really heavy to build up our muscles, and it's just so tiring on the pels with the sergeant at arms yelling in your ear. Sometimes you're actually glad to go out into the forest and collect wood.
And if your knight got caught and ransomed off, would you guys get caught and ransomed off with him?
It depends what sort of squire we were. If our knight beat us, we'd just leg it.
As well as loyalty to their lord, squires were also expected to learn the latest dance moves. Lady Mary has bravely agreed to teach me the horse prance, a decision she may live to regret.
In there. Ladies. Minstrels. We're going left.
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 Right.
Smaller steps. Those are very common steps.
Very squirely steps, aren't they?
Very. And you shouldn't be looking at me. You should be watching the other gentlemen to see what they're doing.
But I thought this was all about flirting.
Yes, well, I'm fed up of flirting with you. Off you go. You've got to go in now.
A little jump at the end?
Now show your prowess as a horseman. Oh. Back here. Now you. You haven't learned anything yet. Stamp. Not yet, it's our turn. Now you. No. That is not how you reverence to a lady.
Just a humble squire.
A humble squire, yes, I think you are. I think you'd better go back and do some humble squiring because you obviously do not fit into the courtly dancing world.
Well, this humble squire's got about half an hour to turn himself into a knight because the melee is about to start. Alan has kindly lent me a suit of armour, which is about all that stands between me and medieval mutilation. This armour literally has a life-saving job to do.
And the next thing to put on is the gambeson. protecting your upper body, absorbs a lot of the energy.
And a lot of my sweat, I think.
Oh yes, it'll be twice as heavy when you take it off again.
Okay.
Okay, the next thing to go on top of that is going to be the mail. This is heavy.
So is it like
Okay, yeah, it's like
So
a bit
it's-
like a t-shirt.
Right, okay.
Let it just drop on. Let gravity do the work. That's it. Make sure you're comfortable. Okay, just jump up and down. That's it. Okay, that will just sort of like make sure that everything's sitting right. Okay, next thing to go on top of that is your surcoat. These are your colours. So in fact, you are officially now my brother-in-law. So my wife is your sister.
So I was right to be a squire for you then?
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
As my lord and now my brother-in-law, Alan's also my team leader in the melee. So it's my duty to watch his back and fight off attackers. A sort of medieval bodyguard.
Well, here I am now, fully kitted up in the colours of Lord Brocas, the Black Prince's own cousin. And it's something to think that 650 years ago, he'd have fought in tournaments very much like this one, in places very much like these.
Inside the castle walls, armoured knights are gathering for the finale of the medieval tournament, the melee. It starts out as a team event, with each side protecting their lord, in my case, Alan. But by the end, it's every knight for himself, and the last man standing wins. Somehow, I don't think that's going to be me.
My lords, fight with chivalry. Fight for the honour of your lady. Chevalier! Alessi! Harry! Yield, my lord!
I yield!
Yield, my lord! I declare this contest, my lord Foxley! And to England!
Well done, my lord.
Squire. Charming intervention there. Saved me from dying. Thank you.
It's every boy's fantasy to play a knight in shining armour, and today really has been a dream come true for me. Bashing it out in that arena, I really did feel like I was fighting for my life, and that's exactly what revival and living history is all about. Take it from me, it doesn't get much more realistic than this. Now all I've got to do is try and get out of my armour. Squire?